This was not the first time of this behavior for him, right? I'm genuinely curious. Why did you stay with him after this happened the first time? So a lot of people don't understand the cycle and the pattern of abusive relationships. And if you don't understand it, it's because you've never been in it. And count yourself to be very fortunate. And I talk about it in a lot of videos, but let's just make this a video understanding and using my marriage as an example of the cycle of abuse. You are going to see this in just about every abusive relationship. Number one, he was 17 years older than me. That creates an uneven power dynamic that will be apparent as we get into the story. Number two, you need to understand that any abusive relationship is like the story of Freddy the Frog. If you are going to cook a frog, you are not going to take a live frog and dump it into a pot of boiling water. What you're going to do is you're going to put that live frog into a pot of very comfortable water, and slowly over time, you're going to turn up the temperature until that frog doesn't realize it's cooked. In the very beginning, I was love bombed so heavily. I was 29 years old. I don't think I even knew what a narcissist really was. I'd heard the term, but I did not know what it meant. He came on so strong. He was so charming. And what narcissists will do in the very beginning, they are very attentive. They are very supportive, because the reason they do this is they want to find out all of your triggers and buttons and vulnerabilities. They want to figure out how to put the screws to you later. So he got all of this information out of me because he was so charming, so supportive, and so into me, okay? 5 weeks into us dating, he's telling me I'm heaven on earth. I am the best thing he'll ever find. He insists that we go look at engagement rings. And I thought it was weird, but at the same time, he's older than me. He has more experience than me. And I gaslight myself into thinking he knows better. And in addition to that, all of this attention and love and the way he's so enamored and bedazzled with me, I was a sponge soaking that up. I was ripe for the picking, and they know how to find those people. Their gut tells them how to find those people, because I grew up with profound emotional neglect from both of my parents, and I was bullied very heavily by my peers. So anything that someone was telling me that was so great about me, I fell on it like a starving man. So there's all of that love bombing coming in. He's putting me up on a pedestal. He wants to look at rings, and I tell myself, like, this must really be it, because I don't know any better. And he's also older, okay? Shortly after we look at rings, he then starts the devaluing. But I don't realize it. I think there's something wrong with me, because I was so great, I was so wonderful, and now all of a sudden I'm not. And I have to fix whatever I've done wrong, and I have to do all of these things that he asks me to do so that I can continue being put up on that pedestal. And then later on, he went through a discard where he's saying, I don't know if you can be enough for me. I don't know if you can be enough for me. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I was enough for you a couple weeks ago. I need to get back to how that was a couple weeks ago. And I work overtime, turning myself inside out, thinking he knows better than me because he's older than me. And this cycle continues for years and years and years. The water gets hotter, the things get worse, the events become more obvious and egregious, but the whole time, I think there's something wrong with me, because he knows better. He has more life experience. He has more experience in relationships. But I don't know. I just believe him, because I don't know to look for someone that is manipulating me. I don't know to look for someone that has a massive personality disorder. And when these things go on for years, it completely grinds away at someone's soul. It writes on their psyche. And when you are being bullied, or neglected by your romantic love partner, and that's all that you knew growing up, it's very familiar. And you think, well, that's just how it is. I did not know any better. And it was only until years and years and years of something being wrong, and it was only until I reached a point where I thought about unaliving myself, that I started to do the research, and I uncovered all of this information about what he is. And he is a monster. And people like this are monsters. They are not fully human. And then I went to therapy. But the problem is, when you are in a relationship with a monster, you can't start healing. You can educate yourself, but you really can't start healing because damage is being done to you every day. It is not until you get out that you really understand what you lived through.